for any loud noises in this video. The neighbors upstairs never really seem to stop walking. The apartment over on that side is being renovated because the drug dealer got kicked out, and basically anything that she could have touched has to be replaced because of how disgusting everything was. It's really loud. It's endless. So a couple nights ago at 1 in the morning there was a really loud bang, and we've been woken up by loud bangs a few times before. Normally it's because the neighbors upstairs are fighting and threatening each other and throwing chairs and stuff. This one sounded a little bit different though. It was louder. I actually thought it might have been a little explosion. And then when we woke up in the morning, we checked Crime Watch and we found out that there was a shooting down the street. So that was comforting. So that's actually the third shooting that I've been in close proximity of. I honestly can't imagine anyone with Salt Lake City, Utah as their scene and where they want to live and has the things that make them happy in life. I honestly cannot picture that. But you know, I could be wrong, but at least for me, it's very detrimental to my mental and physical health. During all of that and through all of that, I am making dresses. I made my wedding dress, which I'm going to make a video on how I did that. That is my plan to put that up, so if you're interested, I'll put a picture of it right here, but that will be up at some point. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could actually make all these dresses that my mind just thinks up and designs. So I've been working on that ever since, and I'm just getting started on my first dress that I should be able to sell. My dream career would be to design and make dresses from home and sell them online and make my income that way. I've been crying off and on for the last couple hours because I'm sad that I contribute to the abuse of animals in the meat industry by buying cheap meats. And I'm sad that I don't have the money to buy meat that hasn't been abused in its life. I'm sad that I don't have the body that can still function while being vegan. I'm sad that the meat industry tortures and makes so many animals suffer when they could not. And I'm sad about all of this, even though I have no control over it and can't change any of it. And I'm sad that even if I could change my body's nutritional needs and be vegan, it still wouldn't change anything. So I just went to Goodwill and I spent $7.90 something on one bedsheet and one pillowcase. And I was looking at all the prices of everything, and everything has gone up at least $1, if not more, since last time I came here, which was like 3 months ago-ish. And minimum wage has not gone up at all. Minimum wage is still $7.50. So that means that someone working minimum wage, which is a lot of jobs, has to work over an hour to afford one used pillowcase and one used bedsheet. So they're paying $900 to $1,000 a month for rent, not utilities included, rent. And then they also have to work an hour just to afford one pillowcase and one bedsheet from a Goodwill. Like I said, costs have gone up $1 or more since last time I was at Goodwill, and minimum wage is not. Everyone's just okay with that. I mean, people are angry. I've seen people angry, but no one's doing anything about it. And that's just the way it is. And I think that's really wrong. And I feel incredibly lucky that I have family
that will take care of me so I don't have to get to the point where I can't pay for a bedsheet because I'm too poor. Other people don't have parents that are willing to do that. Other people don't have parents that can afford to do that. Other people don't have parents at all sometimes. And they're just on their own, and this is the kind of stuff they're dealing with. That is so incredibly wrong when there are so many people that are millionaires and billionaires, and the only reason they are is because they take advantage of the poor people like this. Yeah, and rent has gone up too. Everything's gone up. So yeah, I don't know why I have to feel everything, even when it's not directly affecting me, but I do, and that's all I have to say.
I think my anxiety is starting to get a little out of hand here. This is like the 4th or 5th day in a row that I've struggled to eat my breakfast, and also around the 4th day in a row that I've just felt super nauseous. Maybe 7th day in a row that my heart has been kind of beating and fluttering weirdly, and just even the thought of leaving my apartment makes me like panic. I'm really having a hard time just functioning enough to be alive.
This is the coldest Friday that we've had so far. And now that I have a coat on, I'm actually enjoying the cold. It also means that there are going to be generally less people out, which is nice. This year, my seasonal depression is really just overachieving. It just came in real strong, real fast. You know, there was no easing into this. It was just bam, seasonal depression time. My moods have been like the kind of roller coaster that's so aggressive that like you pass out and wonder where you are. Another problem I've been having lately, I kind of will look at a person or a thing or a situation or a place. If it has more things that I consider bad and undesirable than things that are good, then I will just label kind of the whole thing as bad, and I can't really see or appreciate anything good in it, which I don't agree with doing that, but I've just kind of been doing it subconsciously. Like, for example, the city I live in Salt Lake City, and there are a lot of really terrible things about the city. Most of the things about it are, in my opinion, my experience for me in my life, are very terrible. I'll start seeing everything in the city as terrible, which has really been taking a toll on my mental health. Even though this is a pretty gross, dirty, unpleasant city, there are still trees planted in certain parts of it, and, you know, grass and flowers and things like that. And I notice myself, like, hating even those things in the city, even though if that same tree was, you know, in a beautiful park in a rural town or out in the forest or, whatever, I would love that tree. But because it's in a city, I start hating that as well and not really taking any happiness or pleasure from seeing that tree just because of where it is. And yeah, it's really not a great way to live when you live in a place that is predominantly things that you don't like, because then if I can't appreciate things even if they're in a bad setting, then I don't stand a chance against my depression, because I'll never see anything really as good. So I've been trying to work on seeing the good things in the bad things a lot more, and hopefully I can get to a point in my life where I can do that more with people as well. People that I, don't speak to anymore. I'll look at memories with those people and just kind of throw that memory out and say, well, I can't enjoy that memory anymore because this person that I don't think is a good person anymore and I don't want anything to do with was in that memory. And that's really sad too, because I've had people that I don't associate with in some really important and good memories before I knew what they were. That's kind of some stuff that I need to work on, and I'm hoping that if I can get good at that, I can start enjoying and valuing my life and the things in my life better. Wasting time and resources. So right now I'm pretty sick, and so every time I would let myself take a break, I would think of, well, how much money could I be making right now if I wasn't taking a break, or how much time am I adding to the amount of time I have to wait to get to, the next step in my life. Every time I take a break or spend money on something that isn't 100% necessary to help me survive until that point, I just feel really stressed and bad about it. Every single decision I make ends up making me stressed and depressed because I just think about all the time or money that I'm losing in better ways I could be using it. But I'm kind of realizing that way of thinking is super detrimental. I think it's really important to take care of yourself at the time being, and I think skimping out on things that I need to make myself feel healthy is just going to make it harder to get where I need to go. If it was only going to be a couple weeks or something, I could just, push myself through it with willpower. But, that dream that I have for myself is got to be minimum a year away. I'm going to end up spending more time just dealing with the problems I'm causing for myself than actually pushing myself forward. So
I'm just going to be causing more problems than I'll solve with that kind of mindset. I am going to start letting myself have more of a leeway with time and money so that I can feel and function better in the moment and not only be worrying about how much time it adds on to my future goal. About like $3 short this time when I was checking out. I said, you know what, just take off this one item. It was like some honey. I said, take this off of my tally and ring me up again because I should have enough. And I did. And so I started bagging up my things to go, and the cashier lady was handing me the honey, and I'm like, what? And she said, this lady paid for you. And the lady behind me at the checkout apparently had bought the honey for me. So that was really nice and sweet, and I said thank you like twice as I was bagging up and going. And then when I was bringing my groceries inside from the car, I'll just show you. I noticed something in this grocery bag. There's a $20 bill in this grocery bag, so she must have sneaked that in my bag as she was going around to her side. And I didn't notice because I'm very oblivious all the time, but yeah, I just thought I'd share that because that made me have a little bit more hope for humanity, and it was really nice and sweet, and I could definitely use an extra $20 at this point in my life. So if by some chance that lady happens to watch this video, thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. And you've given me a little bit more hope, and I could use that lately because I've been fighting with a lot of demons, so just thought I'd share.